Sunrise through the palm trees, cup of coffee in my hand. Warm breeze whispers gently in this simple morning land. Smooth coffee scent rising, dark roast in my cup. Take a sip, refreshing, just can't get enough. Coffee and cannabis in the Sunday air. Feeling so righteous, not a single care. Cannabis in the garden, leaves so green and bright. Smooth waves in the distance, life feels so right. Coffee grounds on the table, sugar and some cream. Rolling up the green leaves in this peaceful dream. Coffee and cannabis in the Sunday air. Feeling so righteous, not a single care. Cannabis in the garden, leaves so green and bright. Smooth waves in the distance, life feels so right. Coffee grounds on the table, sugar and some cream. Rolling up the green leaves in this peaceful dream.
Waking up slow with the sunrise glow. You and me together, it's the way to go. The world's still asleep, but we're wide awake. Coffee on the brew and a bowl to bake. Cove-TV's on, playing soft and sweet. Cannabis in the air, making life complete. We're chilling on the couch, no rush, no plans. Just the sunrise, you, me, and our favorite strands. It's you and me and the sunrise, the perfect kind of day. With every little moment, I just wanna stay. Cannabis kisses in the morning, soft light. Wake and bake love, everything feels right. Cove-TV on, we're lost in the time. Just you, me, and the sunrise. Everything's divine. The sky's painted gold as we light it up. With every little puff, I can't get enough. You smile at me and the world's okay. In this quiet little corner, let's just drift away. Cannabis whispers, gentle and free. It's the language of love, just you and me. Cove-TV's vibing, playing all our jams. We're lost in the moment with no other plans. It's you and me and the sunrise, the perfect kind of day. With every little moment, I just wanna stay. Cannabis kisses in the morning, soft light. Wake and bake love, everything feels right. Cove-TV on, we're lost in the time. Just you, me, and the sunrise. Everything's divine. We're caught in the sunrise, wrapped in the gold. With every little puff, I can't get enough. Cannabis dreams and Cove-TV's too. Just you, me, and the morning's blue. No rush, no hurry, no clocks inside. Just you, me, and the sunrise light. It's you and me and the sunrise, the perfect kind of day. With every little moment, I just wanna stay. Just cannabis kisses in the morning, soft light. Wake and bake love, everything feels right. Cove-TV on, we're lost in the time. Just you, me, and the sunrise. Everything's divine. As the sun climbs higher and the world wakes up slow. We're here together, just letting it flow. Oh. Cannabis Cove in a love so true. You and me and the sunrise, just me and you.
Sunrise glow so gentle, bright. Coffee cup, my heart's delight. Cannabis mist in the air. Friends we share this morning fare. Tropical breeze whispers low. We sip slow, feel the flow. Hands we hold, a peaceful beat. Life is sweet where hearts do meet. Sunday morning, pure and free. Church bell rings in harmony. Coffee warm and glowing sun. Cannabis dreams, we've just begun. Gospel tunes we softly hum. Joyful hearts and beating drums. Tropical skies wide and grand. Together we all understand. Peaceful shorebirds take to flight. Nature paints a pure delight. Friends and laughter fill the space. In this soft and sacred place. Cannabis calm and subtle grace. Coffee warmth in our embrace. Hands circle dreams in morning light. Sunday sunrise pure and bright. Gospel tunes we softly hum. Church bell rings in harmony. Coffee warm and glowing sun. Cannabis dreams, we've just begun. Sunday morning light softly shine through. We're wrapped up in the moment, just me and you. Coffee's brewing slow, the world's still at ease. Cove-TV's on, just the sun, us and the trees. Waking big beside you, feeling so complete. With every gentle touch, our love so sweet. Cannabis in the air, lifting up our souls, taking it slow, letting the good vibes roll. You and me and the morning haze. Cove-TV's on in our lazy days. The first hit of the day sets our hearts ablaze. Making big love in the soft sun's rays. Cannabis kisses, smoke rings in the air. Sunday mornings with you, nothing can compare. The warmth of your smile, the calm of the breeze. Our favorite strains whisper through the trees. Every puff we take, every song we hear. Cove-TV's playing and it all feels clear. A love so deep in this quiet place. With a bowl in hand we find our space. Cannabis and coffee in the morning light. We can bake together, everything feels right. You and me and the morning haze. day sets our hearts ablaze. We can bake love in the soft sun's rays. Cannabis kisses, smoke rings in the air. Sunday mornings with you, nothing can compare. The world slows down just for a while. Cannabis dreams and your gentle smile. Cove-TV playing our favorite shows. With every hit, our connection grows. It's the little moments, the quiet and the slow. In your eyes I see everything I need to know. You and me and the morning haze. Cove-TV's on in our lazy days. The first hit of the day sets our hearts ablaze. We can bake love in the soft sun's rays. Cannabis kisses, smoke rings in the air. Sunday mornings with you, nothing can compare. So here we are in our Sunday best. Wake and bake mornings, feeling so blessed. Cannabis love, Cove-TV's glow. With you by my side, it's all I need to know.
Good, beautiful, amazing Sunday morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having an amazing, wonderful morning. Mr. Manbear, how are you doing this morning?
I am good. I'm already on my second cup of coffee. I don't know, maybe it's Sunday.
Good morning, Nikki. How are you, dear? I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday morning. Good morning, Ma. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Sunday morning. What is up, Kimmy? How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Monday midnight.
Yeah.
Good morning, little Peck. How are you doing, man? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. I hope you have a safe flight today, brother. Please let us know when you land.
Yes.
Good morning, Heather. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Amber. How are you? I hope you are having a nose-dab-tastic Sunday morning. Good morning, Ashley. How are you? How's it feel to be back home? I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday morning.
Right, she just got back from vacation, right?
Yep. Good morning, Kay. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Sunday morning. What is up, Chance? Strawberry cough this morning. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Good morning, CJ. How are you, dear? I hope you are having a wonderful Sunday morning. We got 5 minutes to 4:20, so we'll wait. Manbear, how's your morning going, man?
Good. Almost slept in, then I looked at my clock and it was like 4 a.m. I'm like, I better get up.
I think this morning I would call it more of an oversleeping in. I overslept in. My alarm went off and I got up and I snoozed it, and then I woke up at it'd been like right around 6 my time, so about an hour before the show. So but it's Sunday. It's Sunday morning. It's
Sunday, whatever. It's Sunday, whatever.
We can go morning update for Sunday, September 15th, 2024. Big congrats to our 5-time Stone Roulette winner, Sunshine State Stoners. They will have the trophy for 2 more weeks until the Cove gets back up and running and everything. There will not be a Stone Roulette times 5 next weekend. I'm very sorry. And Ayla was our Silver Knuck winner from Friday night.
Yep.
Biggest winner from Basement Brawl probably would have been Shadow Vipers.
From Turf Wars.
What did I say? Basement Brawl. Yes, biggest winner from Turf Wars would probably be the Shadow Vipers on Thursday. They had a crucial win against the White Tigers.
Yep.
So It was a good win. It was a good win. Yeah. Big win by the Firehawks too. They kept their compound. So
yeah, which is good. It's good. Yeah, they're good fighter backers.
Yes, and now their next match will not be their compound. So I'm thinking that normally the rules is go as your compound is the last thing that you were to lose, your yacht being the next last thing that you would lose or whatever, or the first whatever. And with 2 compounds, I don't know if it will if it'll spit out a compound for the next match, or if it'll go back to now the last 2 things that the Firehawks would lose is the compounds. I have no idea how it's going to do it. So,
well, we gotta tune in to find out, because I got knocked right back into first place again. Man, I'm not having a good couple weeks.
It's been a while since you faced. I don't know if you've ever faced the fucking Firehawks, have you?
I think that would be the turning point. Is if I face the Firehawks, there's no way I could win that match. I honestly don't think it's in the gods, really. It's in the sky. It's been written already, because if I win against the Firehawks, nobody's taking me down. That's what my prediction is. If I place the Firehawks next week and I win, I'll never get it knocked out of first.
Well, you're lucky that they got another property, because if you were to face the Firehawks and win, you'd get their compound.
Which would really tick people off, having a yacht and 2 compounds. Because we have a few yachtless people still playing the game, right?
I am not a yachtless person, because I got Gabe's yacht.
I know.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool. Maybe we could do something for Halloween like that, like throw in a spooky property. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It's a hoedown haunted house.
Yeah, the Turf Wars haunted houses or something like that. And then, I don't know, sorry, Kate, much love. And just throw in another property. That's kind of like what we did on the 4th of July, was like, let's just throw in some extra, something unique and cool. And, for sure, I thought the yachts were a very cool addition. And, oh, geez. Ooh, a pumpkin patch? That's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that we could do. I'll talk to Kelsey about that, but I think it would be interesting to, like, throw another fucking property or 2 in, as long as Man Bear don't get them.
Yeah, as long as I don't get them, they're all good.
1 minute to 4:20, everybody.
Oh.
All right, I got a new one.
Oh, you got a new one?
A new Sunday morning one.
I figured you would.
Ooh, in a graveyard? Yeah, I think we could probably. I don't know. I gotta talk to Kelsey for sure.
Oh, that's a good idea, though. I like the graveyard one.
I think that there's definitely all sorts of cool possibilities that we could do to throw some turps in here and there and everywhere. But yes, 1 minute to 4:20. Make sure you're loading something, rolling something, heating something.
Yeah. Yeah, last year I think we had like 30 or 40 pounds of candy.
Damn.
Dude, my teenagers go out for 3 or 4 hours, man.
Cheers, everybody. Happy 420.
It's a Sunday morning. Let the world slow down. Cove-TV's on, feeling good all around. The sun's rising soft, casting gold on the sea. Cannabis clouds swirling, just you and me. Got the coffee brewed and the herb packed tight. A gentle breeze blowing, everything's right. We're taking it slow, no need to rush. Just a Sunday morning with a peaceful hush. Sunday morning slow jams on Cove-TV. Waking and baking, feeling so free. Smooth jazz playing with an R&B groove. Cannabis dreams set the mood and soothe. Let the morning unfold, let the good vibes stay. Sunday morning slow jams, it's our getaway. Hammock swinging easy, palm tree sway. Smoking in the cove, watching worries drift away. With every soft hit, we're lifted high. Underneath the blue of the tropical sky. The saxophone's calling, the rhythm's just right. With Cove-TV mornings, everything's light. From the sand to the sea, we're floating along. Sunday morning slow jams, where we all belong. Sunday
Sunday morning slow jams on Cove-TV. Waking and baking, feeling so free. Smooth jazz playing with an R&B groove. Cannabis dreams set the mood and soothe. Let the morning unfold, let the good vibes stay. Sunday morning slow jams, it's our getaway. The ocean's humming and the music's slow. With every little talk, let the moments flow. Cove-TV's here to start the day right. Sunday morning slow jams, feeling so right. Let the morning slow jams on Cove-TV. Waking and baking, feeling so free. Smooth jazz playing with an R&B groove. Cannabis dreams set the mood and soothe. Let the morning unfold, let the good vibes stay. Sunday morning slow jams, it's our getaway. So here's to Sunday, the Cove's soft embrace. Smoking and relaxing in our happy place. With cannabis love and the sunrise gleam. Sunday morning slow jams, living the dream.
Very nice.
Cheers, everybody. Happy 420. Little Sunday morning slow jams.
I love the Sunday slow jams, man. Those are
I
awesome.
love the Sunday morning music, man.
Yeah.
I every once in a while, like I'll play one during the week and it'll be like Sunday morning, blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's not Sunday, everybody. This is just a song we normally play on Sunday.
But you don't get to choose the music, you don't get to judge it.
Sorry. Any scores under a 5, we just delete. So
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What does everybody got going on today, Man Bear? What do you got planned for the day?
I finally got some. I had that little plumbing problem yesterday. I don't even know what happened. I just had some plumbing kind of back up. Kind of fixed it. Might have to get a plumber here. So I just started moving stuff out of the one room that's not flooded but had some plumbing problems in it. And then, so it's a bit of cleaning and making sure if plumbing keeps going bad, I don't, cause any damage or anything like that. And,
Right, absolutely. I think that it's big to know your own education level when it comes to that shit, because absolutely working on it and trying to figure it out definitely is great, but don't fuck it up worse than it already is. I've done that so many times doing shit, bro. I was trying to put a water spigot in outside for like hoses and stuff like that. So my non-plumbing dumbass, we were without water for fucking 48 hours because I fucking broke shit, bro.
Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, I don't think I can do this. So then I looked at it some more and then I was like, I'm going to let this sit and go outside and bust up a fat nug and just sit on this for a minute, just so I'm not like, smashing plumbing pipes and, tripping over this and slipping on water. And I was like, I'm going to sit and smoke. I even told my kid, I was like, we're just going to wait a bit and see what happens. She's like, why? I'm like, because I'm getting mad about this right now and I don't want to get mad about this right now.
I just need a moment.
Yeah. That moment turned into like 3 hours and a dinner, but that's not the point. Okay. It was positive procrastination that actually worked out well.
Dude, I mean, like, even working around here and stuff like that, like, I was talking to Kosty about it because, like, with his transmission and stuff like that yesterday.
I know.
After the show, we were just kind of talking, and he's just like, I'm just kind of in that, I don't know, I'm still, I was like, absolutely, dude. I was like, there's times when you definitely feel like, God damn it, I should be figuring something out or doing something, but, like, sometimes it's just so overwhelming that, like, it's, like, the best thing that you can do is just kind of, like, stop and take a step back and take a breath. And just try to reevaluate your situation and everything. And
absolutely, yeah. And like we got this vehicle too now we need it to make a long distance trip, and it's not ready, so we're trying to get it ready. Like it hit a deer, but only like one part of it hit a deer, and it's kind of got a messed up headlight. But if I can get that fixed, like, it was a cheap vehicle to buy. I might have to put a few $100 in to fix it, but I think it'll be worth it. Like the new rule screws us on buying new used vehicles because you pay the taxes on the blue book price now.
Oh shit.
Not if it's gifted to you or whatever your taxes was on your last or whatever, right?
Well, I hear in Minnesota, I know for sure. I don't know how the rest of the country is, but like they fucking basically they loopholed the loophole. So like anything, it's like $100 or $1, anything from $1 to $100, it's like extra taxes. But like, and then anything, I don't know. I swear it's like in a bracket situation to where and so you have to like say that you sold the car for like $100 and some dollars or whatever in order for it to like taxes to be nothing on it.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is the taxes. That's what they did is they made sure that nobody can pay zero taxes on everything, and you can't really like gift vehicles to people anymore. Which used to be like, oh, it's my kid's birthday, and I'm just signing the vehicle over here. Oh, here's your $50 for taxes. Nah, now it's going to be like thousands of dollars on any vehicles like 2015 and up. Definitely, I'd say 2010 and lower. You're not looking at too much, but still at the same time, we're going on to 2025. So,
good morning, Jenny. How are you, dear? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. I think we can lullaby our ass. You ready? We gonna lullaby it?
We're gonna lullaby it?
We're gonna lullaby for Jenny.
All right.
Jenny, get some rest, dear. You got a busy afternoon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Golden sun, rise up slow. Coffee steam in the glow. Cannabis in the haze. Start our tropic days. Morning dew on the leaves. Coconut breeze in the trees. Roasting bees, smooth and dark. Lighting up a morning spark. Coffee cup to lips so high. Cannabis under azure sky. Warmth in every single ray. Tropic love in morning play. Birds sing a tender tune in the light of early June. Cannabis leaves sway in mild. Coffee aroma running wild. Percussion rhythm so sweet. Sand warm beneath our feet. Cannabis whispers in the air. Coffee heartbeat softly share. Coffee cup to lips so high. Cannabis under azure sky. Warmth in every single ray. Tropic love in morning play. Percussion rhythm so sweet. Sand warm beneath our feet. Cannabis whispers in the air. Coffee heartbeat softly share. Coffee cup to lips so high. Cannabis under azure sky. Warmth in every single ray. Tropic love in morning play.
Night, Jenny.
Hey, it's Sunday, man. Ain't no rules today.
Hey, no shit, man. For reals. There's some Sundays when I'm like, well, depends on what time we are in the morning show because I love being up on your Bananigans. And so I'll just like, I even like had everything. I got everything set up last night, and so I'm like super ahead of the game-ish this morning.
Yeah.
But I will like go and hang out and like watch fucking like Sunday morning countdown or something like that, like football countdown or whatever. Just kind of doze off and on. And yeah, I love Sundays. Sundays are fun days, and if sleeping is fun to you, then do it up.
I like sleep.
I do and I don't. I definitely am getting better about like, damn it, sleep is such a crucial, important part of your life. But like at the same time, I think it's crazy. So society wants you to work 8 hours a day, wants you to sleep 8 hours a day. So that gives you 8 hours a day to societize.
Yeah. Was it? I have 8 or 9 quotes that are really good. I don't remember all of them, but one of them was like, sorry, I'm just kind of
No, you're good. Have a wonderful day, Heather. We'll see you later.
Oh man. What you said clicked with me, and then all the bong rips hit me at once.
Right. Well, I don't know. I just I think that you gotta definitely manage your sleep, but like I feel like there is so much wasted time sleeping.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody about insomnia yesterday, and I was telling them, I was like, yo, I definitely think that it's possible, because I've done it, to re-rack your insomnia and push it to the day. And so like you just have to exhaust yourself throughout the day and then really, really push your schedule to where and I mean, fucking I get it. Like I've also said that, you know, don't fight your insomnia. If your insomnia is keeping you up, get up and do something. Trust me, it's going to make you fall asleep a lot faster than you just laying there tossing and turning and thinking about how much I should fall asleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, if it's like 3 something and I'm fucking rolling around like 3 a.m. something, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get up. If it's between 3 and 4 a.m. and I'm actually kind of awake, there's a good chance I'm going to be like, fuck it. It's already 3:20. It's already 3:30. My alarm's going off in half an hour. Your brain starts like, hey, and that's when you really can't go back to sleep, because your brain starts going, hey, you got to get up soon anyway.
Yeah.
And because I've been doing this for, it's got to be at least a month straight now, I am completely used to at like 9 p.m., I just physically start getting tired. So for me to try and smoke a little less, so I'm not consuming so much, I try to have a cutoff time for actually smoking. Like I don't smoke very much after 8 p.m. here. Like I don't, even when we have a show, I don't smoke as much as I would during the day or even the morning show, to be honest.
I know this is going to be whatever, controversial or whatever. Good morning, Erica. How are you, dear? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning. I do know that night, Jenny. Have a wonderful sleep. That there are people and there are scientific studies that say that you should not smoke before you go to bed because it fucks with your natural sleep schedule. And it really makes sense to me. Now obviously that it's all to each their own, and I understand like if smoking weed makes you sleep better, then do that. But I do think that there is something to be said about the scientific aspect of like the dopamine receptors, all of that nonsensical shit when you're trying to sleep, because like your sleep is such a crazy thing for your body, your mind, and all of that nonsense that it affects so much stuff. And so it manages so much stuff. And so I definitely see where, even like caffeine, tobacco, whatever, I feel like anything can really fuck with that natural sleep state type of deal.
Yeah. And if I try to go to sleep at like 7 p.m. or something, I'm going to be up at 3 a.m., but I'll still get sleep,
Yeah, Amber says that it's a trauma response. I can't answer that aspect, but like I can understand what you mean, I'm sure it would be super hard to fall into a deep sleep after having crazy, traumatic experiences in night times during your sleep. What up, Jersey Med? How you doing this morning? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning.
Happy Sunday.
And like me and Amber were talking about the other day after the show. So like I don't have kids, but I know he does, and so we were talking about like it seems like once you have kids, you get that like eagle ear.
Like
You just hear everything.
Go ahead, yeah. A couple of guys that I watch, I know they have kids, and you'll see them jump off camera so fast, their phones almost fall over. They almost shut their live streams. That's what I call dad speed or parental speed. You know they're going to catch a kid or stop something from happening because you hear something or you see something that you know is a domino. Which is a domino is something's going to start and that jug of milk's going to knock over your pot of coffee, is going to knock over something's going to wreck something, going to go on your work shoes. All of a sudden you go and catch the jug of milk, put it away, and nothing that was about to just destroy your morning happened. Yeah. I watched this one guy so fast. He looked like the Flash. He was like, he was about to do something, all of a sudden, boom! And I just seen him I was like, aha, that's a dad speed.
I think it's funny, the bounty commercials, how when they show the whatever spilling and then everybody looking at each other and then somebody's grabbing the napkins. It's just why is the coffee spilling in so much slow motion, but the people are looking at each other in not that much slow motion? Yeah. And so it's y'all could probably have grabbed that coffee cup while it was in the process of spilling.
That's what someone needs to do is the realistic commercials. All those commercials that are overlandish, they'd be like, get the fucking paper towel, bitch. What the fuck? Why are you staring at me?
Yeah. Or especially the ones, I remember the one where it's the glass tips over and there's a laptop there.
Oh,
and I'm what are you doing? Grab the first thing you need to do is get that fucking laptop off the counter, bro.
Yeah, why are they trying to dry up liquid with the electronic device sitting on the surface? I was and that's why I laugh because I actually have my phone up on a little bit of a stand because I noticed the angle was weird. So I started putting it up on a little stand. And yeah, I know what you mean, because if I spilt my coffee right now, where it is, it would probably more get me wet than anything else on my table, just because how I have it set up. Because I know exactly those commercials are meant so you don't put your electronics on a flat surface when you have a drink next to it. I swear they did that on purpose. But then again, it's a counteractive to their bounty commercials. You can put your stuff up so you don't have to worry about cleaning up that mess right away.
Yeah, I just think those commercials are sillier than shit. Do you wanna do another Sunday morning chillin' song, and then we can get started with our This Day in Historia?
Yeah, and then we get some Vicky Powers. Yeah.
All right, let's go. We'll go with.
Waking up slow with the sunrise glow. You and me together is the way to go. The world's still asleep, but we're wide awake. Coffee on the brew and a bowl to bake. Cove-TV's on, playing soft and sweet. Cannabis in the air, making life complete. We're chilling on the couch, no rush, no plans. Just the sunrise, you, me, and our favorite strands. It's you and me and the sunrise, a perfect kind of day. With every little moment, I just wanna stay. Cannabis kisses in the morning, soft light. Wake and bake love, everything feels right. Cove-TV on, we're lost in the time. Just you, me, and the sunrise. Everything's divine. The sky's painted gold as we light it up. With every little puff, I can't get enough. You smile at me and the world's okay. In this quiet little corner, let's just drift away. Cannabis whispers, gentle and free. It's the language of love, just you and me. Cove-TV's vibing, playing all our jams. We're lost in the moment with no other plans. It's you and me and the sunrise, a perfect kind of day. With every little moment, I just wanna stay. Cannabis kisses in the morning, soft light. Wake and make love, everything feels right. Cove-TV on, we're lost in the time. Just you, me, and the sunrise. Everything's divine. We're caught in the sunrise, wrapped in the gold. With every little puff, I can't get enough. Cannabis dreams and Cove-TV's too. Just you, me, and the morning's blue. No rush, no hurry, no clocks inside. Just you, me, and the sunrise light. It's you and me and the sunrise, a perfect kind of day.
Brad.
little moment, I just wanna stay. Just cannabis kisses in the morning, soft light. We can make love, everything feels right. Cove-TV on, we're lost in the time. Just you, me, and the sunrise. Everything's divine. As the sun climbs higher and the world wakes up slow. We're here together, just letting it flow.
Cannabis Cove in a love so true. You, me, and the sunrise. Just me and you.
Good morning, Brad. How are you doing, man? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Amber, that's fucking great. I can't even tell that that's a reply, but I have a feeling I know that that's a reply. Yep, I knew it too. That's great. This is the Good Morning Daddies one. That's fucking awesome, Amber. All right. Man Bear, what time is it, man?
It is 5:42. No, I mean, it's time for this day in history.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's fucking awesome.
Usually you say, like, what's next or something.
Nah, it's Sunday. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about, bro.
Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for September 15th. September 15th is the 258th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 259th in leap years, with 107 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is ad infinitum. This comes to us from Latin and means endlessly, forever. We'll start with the birthday of American novelist, short story writer, and historian James Fenimore Cooper, born September 15th, 1789. His family moved to Cooperstown, New York when he was around a year old, right around a year old. Cooperstown, by the way, was founded by his father, William Cooper, hence the name Cooperstown. James Fenimore Cooper is known for his leather stocking series, including The Last of the Mohicans, and he lived to the age of 61. There's a statue of him right out in Cooper Park next to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. What a beautiful park that is, especially in the fall. When the leaves begin to fall, they just fall right under the trees. The yellow leaves on the ground under the trees looks like a spotlight. It's really amazing. Particularly amazing to someone like me who has grown up and still lives in a place where wind is a pretty continuous factor. Most of the places I've lived, the leaves can fall, but the wind is going to move them around. So it's really remarkable to see the trees with a little spotlight of leaves under them. If you ever have the chance to visit Cooperstown in the fall, and right now is a good time to do it, please do, and check out Cooper Park next to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. You'd see that statue of James Fenimore Cooper and the trees with the spotlight of leaves under them. Alrighty, moving on. Charles Darwin reached the Galapagos Islands on September 15th, 1835. This is the birthday of American lawyer, judge, and politician and 27th President of the United States, William Howard Taft, born September 15th, 1857. He lived to the age of 72. The Overland Mail Company, also known as Butterfield Overland Mail, carried passengers across the United States from east to west and back again. They won a contract to carry mail from Memphis, Tennessee and St. Louis, Missouri to San Francisco, California. This contract went into effect on September 15th, 1858, what eventually became the United States Postal Service. This is the birthday of Italian-French businessman Ettore Bugatti, born September 15, 1881. He founded Bugatti, a company that made high-performance automobiles known for their beauty and race victories. He lived to the age of 65. This is the birthday of English crime novelist, short story writer, and playwright Agatha Christie. She created such characters as Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple. Her works have been made into movies, plays, and television shows. Guinness World Records lists Agatha Christie as the best-selling fiction writer of all time, given that her novels have sold more than 2 billion copies and been translated into more than 103 languages. Mrs. Christie lived to the age of 85. This is the birthday of American singer-songwriter and fiddler Roy Acuff, born September 15, 1903. He lived to the age of 89. This is the birthday of Canadian-American actress Fay Wray, born September 15, 1907. She's best known for her part in the 1933 film King Kong. Fay Wray lived to the age of 96. On September 15, 1935, a series of laws known as the Nuremberg Laws were enacted, depriving German Jews of their citizenship. This was also the day that Nazi Germany adopted a new national flag bearing the swastika. This is the birthday of American actor, director, producer, and screenwriter Tommy Lee Jones, born September 15, 1946. He's a great actor, been in a lot of movies. I think my favorites, though, are the Men in Black series. All right, where are we now? Oh, my goodness. It was on this day in 1954 that Marilyn Monroe's iconic skirt scene took place during the filming of the movie The 7-Year Itch. She was married to Joe DiMaggio at the time, and he didn't like it at all. He didn't like that dress. He didn't like that scene. He felt it was an embarrassment to him, and they ended up getting divorced over it. He never stopped loving her, though. He's the one that went and took care of things and arranged her funeral when she died. Nikita Khrushchev came to the United States, becoming the first Soviet leader to visit the United States on September 15, 1959. What a character that guy was. September 15, 1963 was the day of the Baptist church bombing in Birmingham, Alabama. Massive damage to the building, 7-foot wide hole in the building and a 5-foot wide, 2-foot deep crater in the earth. Knocked a passing driver out of his car, injured hundreds of people, and killed 4 girls, ages 11 and 14. They were killed in that explosion. While it was soon determined who the perpetrators of this crime were, it would be another 12 years before they would be prosecuted. 3 of the 4 perpetrators did end up in prison with life sentences. The 4th died before he could be prosecuted. I think it's noteworthy that these segregationists who committed this evil act, I don't know if they thought this all the way through. I don't think they thought it all the way through. But I'm sure that what resulted from it, other than the death and injury of innocent people, is not what they planned or hoped for, because this event was pivotal, serving as a turning point, leading to support of passage by Congress of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I'm sure that is the exact polar opposite of what these guys hoped to achieve. Lehman Brothers Holdings Incorporated was a global financial services firm that had been founded in 1847. They became the 4th largest investment bank in the United States. After operating for 158 years, Lehman Brothers filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on September 15, 2008, the largest bankruptcy filing in U.S. history. Today's song is What's Love Got to Do With It by Tina Turner, number 1 on September 15th, 1984. This song was written by Terry Britton and Graham Lyle and offered to several people who, for one reason or another, didn't record it. A British pop group called Bucks Fizz got hold of it and were told that the song was unsuitable for a female to sing, so their male member, Bobby G, sang the song. They intended to put it on their 1984 album, I Hear Talk, but held it back when Tina Turner's version was released before theirs. This song was very popular worldwide. Strangely, like Eric Clapton yesterday, with as many popular songs as she's done throughout her career, this was her first and only Billboard Hot 100 #1 single. What's Love Got to Do with It by Tina Turner, #1, September 15th, 1984. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so
Yes, please give Vicky Bowers a like, a subscribe, a share. I love this day in history. A lot of good birthdays today.
I remember when the Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy, because it was 2008, because I talk about this all the time, because that was the year the United States of America almost went into a full-on depression because of the financial crisis that happened. And yeah, but yeah, that's really cool. Awesome birthdays. Agatha Christie, one of the, I'm not going to lie, after age 16, I got pretty heavy into the marijuana, and I did not do a lot of high school after marijuana. And so one of the only books I actually read was Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, which is episode 1 of season 9, 1 and part 2 of Family Guy, the episode where they go to the mansion.
Oh, yep.
That is a direct mock of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yes. And it's a very good story because there was 2 different versions written of the book. I don't know if you've read it, but it comes down to there's only 2 people left. So you realize one of them has to be the murderer. There's only 2 people left. Everyone else has been killed or found dead, right? So there's 2 endings to this book. One ending is they both die somehow, and there's no ending to the book. The other ending is one of them dies and the other one walks away, but you only see like the car drive away, so you don't know who. Like you don't see. So like she left it open. Like it's so incredible because I remember that the original ending never got published.
I always love a good cliffhanger, man. I think that like that. Oh shit! I need to know more.
That's exactly why I really like the FBI and CIA shows, because you really don't know what's going to happen when it comes to those conspiracy theory shows. Like The Blacklist was a really good one. James Spader, love that show. I don't know if you've seen it, but he's a criminal who turns himself in with information about other criminals to save his own ass. But he's on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list. And he walks in there like, hey, I give up, but you're going to grant me immunity because I'm going to help you catch the other 9 guys.
Damn.
Like such a good premise for a show.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good day in this history. Made me think a lot. I really like that. One thing I don't do enough of is read. And Agatha Christie was an author that could definitely make me want to read more. Like you said, cliffhangers. And the way she wrote things, she described characters where you could see them. That's a good book. No pictures, but when you're reading, you can see the characters being described. You know, while you're reading. Like I could see the man in the trench coat wearing the hat, and you know the woman wearing the nice long dress, and you know everything that it was. You could see the dining hall that they were talking about, you know, in that nice mansion, and like it was such a good book.
We do a song and then do our morning speaker.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Cheers, everybody.
In your eyes, I see you shining bright like the morning sky. That's got its ups and downs, its twists and turns, but every step you take is a lesson learned. When the road gets rough and you feel unsure, just know you're a fighter, you're meant to endure. Beans is here to stay, you're doing just fine. You got the heart, the strength, you've got the shine. Beans hopes you have a wonderful day. You're amazing, don't forget, in every way. When life gets tough, just remember this truth. You're strong, you're brave, and you've got the proof. Every challenge you face, every mountain you climb, shows the power within every single time. So smile, stand tall, don't be led astray. Beans hopes you have a wonderful day. fire. You're the kind of person who lifts others higher. When the weight feels heavy and the path seems long, remember, you're built to be tough and strong. You're a rock star, a warrior, no need to pretend. You got the grit and the heart to the very end. So go out and conquer whatever comes your way. Beans knows you got this every single day. Beans hopes you have a wonderful day. You're amazing, don't forget, in every way. When life gets tough, just remember this truth. You're strong, you're brave, and you've got the proof. Every challenge you face, every mountain you climb, shows the power within every single time. So smile, stand tall, don't be led astray. Beans hopes you have a wonderful day. When the world feels heavy and you're feeling low, just take a deep breath and let that strength show. You're not just surviving, you're living out loud. Be proud of who you are, stand tall and be proud. Life's just a test of how far you've come. You're shining like the brightest sun. So keep your head high, let the worries fade. Beans are cheering you on every step of the way. You have a wonderful day. You're amazing, don't forget, in every way. When life gets tough, just remember this truth. You're strong, you're brave, and you've got the proof. Every challenge you face, every mountain you climb, shows the power within every single time. So smile, stand tall, don't be led astray. Beans hopes you have a wonderful day. Hey you, yeah you, you're gonna be okay. Beans believes in you each and every day. So go out there, shine, let nothing get in your way. Beans hopes you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
All right, this should be a good, interesting morning speaker.
Nice sky. It's still dark here.
Oh yeah, I fucking love the Laverne cans. All right, here we go, everybody.
Every dog training book holds out the premise of the perfect puppy or 10 ways to assure a good dog. But science tells us that this is all wrong. Your dog's misbehavior is telling you one thing, and it's not that they're a bad dog. What it's telling you is how they experience the world differently from you. Understanding this is the key to raising a happy dog. So I want to make 2 points to clarify what misbehaviors actually are. The first, misbehavior isn't misbehavior. It's communication. It's information gathering. It's surprise. It's excitement. Sometimes it's boredom. It's a glimpse into the stage of life they're in. For instance, it's communication. Barking at a guest. We call it rude, but it's not rude. They are telling you something. Someone is here. And you're encouraging that as you go right to the door, often barking back at them in our own way. Congratulations, you're in conversation. It's information gathering. A dog sniffing you closely isn't impolite. Dogs see the world through their noses. Up close, they are looking at you, finding out about you. Their noses have the acuity to tell where you've been, what you've eaten, even if you've been secretly petting another dog. It's telling us about the stage of life they're in. If you have a dog who's between about 6 months and 2 years old, you don't have, as commonly assumed, a puppy. You, my friend, have a teenager, an adolescent in a mature 30-year-old body going through a phase. Just like the 14-year-old boy's sometimes erratic behavior, distant or argumentative, this phase in dogs is driven by hormones. Those that lead to sexual maturity also have other consequences like increased sensitivity to touch and less self-control. Their brains are literally being rewired, especially in areas that regulate emotions and making judgments. You might see more challenges to your authority. They might alternate shying from you and clinging to you. There might be more chewing of things. Chewing in particular may be a way to help lower their stress hormone levels. So misbehavior isn't best described as misbehavior at all. The second point is this. What we read as dog misbehavior is really our misbehavior. It's our fault. If their behavior seems wrong to us, it highlights that we have not conveyed to the dog what matters to us in a way that they can understand. Dogs are not born understanding the sometimes Byzantine rules of human social interaction, or the rules of our home, or what we consider appropriate behavior. Dogs don't have a clue about the pronouns we give to items. That's my bed, that's your bed. Or the identities we give to objects. That's a shoe and that's a chew toy. My research has actually shown that even when we think they know they've done something wrong, giving the guilty look that is familiar to many dog people, this look isn't a sign of guilt. It's a learned submissive display that they put on when we're angry, so we don't punish them. And it's actually pretty good at that. Often their seeming misbehavior is actually a poorly designed environment on our part. You don't leave kids alone with knives, and we shouldn't leave dogs alone with a cheese plate. If you leave a pair of your favorite shoes that smell like you in the middle of the living room as you leave the house, you have designed your environment to include special use-smelling items in it. Enrichment devices. Your dog will take to it and interact with your shoes in a way you might find objectionable. In other words, it's on us. Once we begin to see that this thing we've been calling misbehavior can be more productively translated into what the dog is actually doing, living among dogs changes for us. Misbehavior becomes an opportunity to see into what the Austrian scientist Jakob von Oskol called the Umwelt, the worldview or the perspective of another species. The profound change in my own life after studying dogs was that it completely overthrew how I looked at my own dog. Dog chasing a bike, it's a glimpse into their evolutionary history. Descent of ancient wolves with a vestigial urge to chase quickly moving things, which could be prey. Stop the bike and you stop the chase. Similarly, your dog's jumping on you and licking your face in greeting. This too can be traced back to their ancestry. A hunting wolf returns to the pack to be mobbed by packmates in greeting who lick him or her around the face. In their case, they're trying to prompt the wolf to regurgitate a little bit of the food that they just hunted. If you don't want your dog to jump, bend down to their height. If you spat up a little of your sandwich, I think they'd be okay with that too. Deeply smelling into each other's fur, their close smelling of us or every guest, it's a peek into their perceptual experience. As olfactory creatures with hundreds of millions more olfactory receptor cells in their nose than we have. So take them for a smell walk to exercise those noses, where they lead the way and sniff to their heart's content. A dog's misbehavior is a chance for you to learn about this alien creature that we've all become accustomed to seeing, but who is misunderstood. When we see their communications, we're able to listen. When we see what they perceive, we bring ourselves one step closer to dogness. In the end, we'll wind up with a better relationship with our pups. And isn't that what we're aiming for? Thanks.
I think it's interesting how in your opening talk and really in the book as well, the big focus is how we just don't really understand what misbehavior in dogs is actually telling us. And I guess what is your take on why this is something that's really challenging for dog parents, if you will, versus dog owners, and for dog parents to really grasp?
People who have had sequential dog relationships even are still surprised by this, I think, because what we see publicly of dogs is usually very cooperative interactions with people, right? The dogs you see on the street or when you go to the park or when you're hiking or whatever it is, are dogs who are kind of cooperatively going along with their person as though they completely understand what this is about. And in some ways, they do get to that point where, if not fully understanding what's happening all the time, they are flexible enough behaviorally to go along with what their human family asks and wants to do. But that doesn't happen instantly, right? And so we feel giving this appearance of, or even the memory of a past dog who was so cooperative, who felt like they knew your emotions and could anticipate what you were going to do. This new dog hasn't learned all that yet. And we feel as though that should come with them a little bit. That should come as part of their genetic makeup. Their ability to become sensitive to human behavior and learn a lot about humans is part of their genetic makeup, but not the understanding. And so it's quite a steep curve to go from knowing dog to knowing dog and human, and being like cleanly slipping into human society.
Well, I one thing I also really appreciate is the parallel you draw, and I think we talked about this before. Is just the parallel you draw between being a human parent and a dog parent. And I'm a fairly new parent. I have an almost 2-year-old human child, and just curious, what sort of skills you see that parents can take from their experiences in raising a dog.
It's interesting because people do talk about raising a dog as a kind of prelude to having a baby, but I feel like having a baby prepared me for having a puppy. Kind of a long period of no sleep at night, where a child is sort of learning to settle themselves over the night. I mean, the puppy's going to do the same thing. But if you view it the other way, the more traditional way of the puppy as prelude, it's having a completely dependent creature, right? Dogs can get around on their own, but by being put into a home, I live in an apartment, or a house, they're dependent on us for all the things. And we kind of forget that, right? Like, we decide when they eat. We decide when they can go out and relieve themselves. We decide when they get to exercise. We decide, often it's us deciding when we want to socialize and when we need them to be quiet. So their entire life is structured in this human way. This is what happens to a child as well, more slowly over time, because really a new parent, as you know, has to kind of restructure their own life around the baby. But the point is that the baby will eventually be able to sit cooperatively next to you while you do your Zoom and entertain herself, right? But with the puppy, we're expecting basically that from a non-human. And we're also not giving them several years to learn. We're assuming that they're going to learn it relatively instantly and always be cooperative, and sort of get what it's all about. We really don't. The child, at least, the satisfaction of having a child is that they do get it, right? You can eventually talk to them using a language and they can understand and appreciate what you're saying and imparting in that language. And the dog, even the really high excelling word learning dogs, don't understand our language. And yet we're still talking to them as though they do. That's fine with me. I love people talking to dogs and I talk to dogs. Just let's not pretend that they understand what we're saying.
This is great tips. And you should know, Alexandra, that we are getting lots and lots of questions in from our members. And so I want to dive into some of those, and put those your way. So we have a question from TED member Anne. They ask, I'd love to know how to better manage a multi-dog household across 3 generations, 13, 8, and 4 years old.
Right. That's a great question. And congratulations on having such a large dog household. That's great fun. I think one thing to realize too, when we have multiple dogs, is that these dogs are still really individuals, right? Everybody knows that if they have their own single dog, you feel like your dog is completely special. When you have multiple dogs, you still have multiple individuals, and they really have to be treated separately, right? Each has, probably your 13-year-old has preferences that your 8-year-old doesn't share. Some things they'll be able to do together and cooperatively, but I would expect as often or more often that they need to have their own time. They maybe need to have their own time with you or whoever the person is who they're bonded to or attached in the household.
And we also have a couple of questions about language, just sort of what you were saying earlier, that dogs will never be able to really speak our language. Just a question around whether or not how much they're actually understanding. So both TED member Gordon and TED member Agatha, they have this question around whether dogs understand tones and gestures, and Agatha specifically has a question about buttons that dogs can press to communicate in human language, whether or not those really improve communication, and if dogs really even understand what those buttons.
Yeah. So the dogs are definitely understanding a good amount of what we say, right? They learn words, and some dogs are extremely good at learning words. And we know Chaser, this famous border collie who learned 1,000 words. John Pilley, who worked with Chaser, spent 8 hours a day, every day, working with Chaser so that she would learn eventually 1,000 words, and they were toys, and a couple of different verbs or actions which she could take with them. It was semantically and syntactically, unprecedented for dogs and really neat. It shows their capacity. But unless you're really specifically and clearly talking to dogs 8 hours a day about very limited items, your dog is not going to pick those things up. There's no reason to expect they would. That doesn't mean that there's no communication already happening, right? And I think what the button apparatuses that have gotten popular and have yet to be completely, subject to science's scrutiny, by the way. There's no evidence that those actually represent what the dogs are thinking or are extending their communication ability. What they are potentially doing is putting into a kind of language we understand something that the dog is interested in, but is already showing in some other way. So if I'm a dog and I want to go outside, I can show you based on, different dogs do it differently, maybe barking, bringing, coming over to you and trying to get your attention, looking at the door, walking over to the door, bringing a leash to you. Lots of things like that are communications. If instead, as a person, I ignore all of those communications, but I also have a button as a dog, which I can push, which says, I want to go outside. Maybe that will get us to listen. But I don't think that that's something that the dog is trying to communicate and can't until they have the button. The best that it can do, as far as we know now, is potentially make it easier for us to understand. But I do think that communication is already present. They are highly, highly skilled communicators, and they understand a lot of what we're talking about, but not in the kind of linguistic way that humans think is so important, that enables us to have this Zoom today. And I think to deny them that is not to deny them the interest in or the ability to communicate. TED
member Ginger is curious about the best and earliest age to start training a dog, and also connects to this. What is curious about your thoughts about electronic training collars and behavioral training?
Yeah. Well, so to start with the first part there, as I say, I don't explicitly train dogs, which doesn't mean I don't prepare them to be in human society and to live cooperatively and happily with our family. I do. That, for me, that started with actually socialization of the dog to other dogs, other people, and lots of different types of noises and surprising things before we got the dog. And that means in the first several weeks of, maybe after about 4 weeks of their life, from 4 to 9 weeks, they're in what's called a socialization period, where they really need to be exposed to lots of types of situations that they might encounter later. And if they are, then they become acclimated to them. And that is a kind of training, right? It's not like training to come or training to sit, but it's training them that this is their world. There are airplanes flying overhead. There are people coming out of cars. You'll see new dogs and people and their cats and their birds. And in that period, they react calmly and with interest and curiosity. If you don't expose dogs to lots of different sounds and people and things in this socialization period, which usually extends till after dogs are adopted from a litter, then they might be fearful. They have difficulty dealing with those things. They get very anxious. They might become aggressive to those things. So that type of training starts as soon as you meet them, basically. And I think that will lead to the best solution. As to the second part of that, quickly, electronic collars, I despise. There's no reason to use electronic collars or stimulation with any dog ever, as far as I'm concerned. It's what it teaches is that that they will be randomly punished. They have.
Good morning, Crystal. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning.
Have a very hard time associating that with the behavior that they just did. And this harkens back to what I was saying in the talk, which is our concept of what a behavior is or what an object is. This is my shoe, right? Like that somehow is going to be a meaningful, important bit of knowledge for a dog to know that they shouldn't chew it. Similarly, if they're just walking along in a property and then something zaps them on the neck because they've hit an invisible fence, say, they might learn to avoid that whole area of the property. They might learn to stop walking. They might learn that the bird they saw right at that moment, coincidentally, is something to be feared. They don't associate it with the thing we want them to, which is, oh, there's a property line around your property, or, oh, you've just barked, so stop barking, right? So it's a very poor learning device, and it can also be harmful.
And we actually even have a question from TED member Demetrius about whether or not you can teach an old dog new tricks, and really how old is old. But maybe could you share a little bit more about what development looks like after that first year? We're not seeing a complete plateau, of course, but what do we see?
Right. Well, so most dogs, it's different by breed or mix, but most dogs will still be in adolescence till about 2 years old. So you can expect that they will have reached their full size, more or less, maybe by about a year. It will grow a little bit more, but they're still kind of teenagers, and they're really big, strong teenagers with a lot of energy. And so in that second year of life, often they're still sometimes really disobedient, not cooperative, and impulsive and clingy at one moment, and then the next moment, like, don't want to have anything to do with you, right? So that continues. There continue to be socialization opportunities. I said there was a strong socialization period where you want to expose them to things that they might encounter later in life so that they have the best interaction with them. That still is the case, just to a lesser degree through their second year, where their brains are still changing, right? Just like the adolescent brain of a human, the adolescent brain of a dog is still in development until that time. After that time, they're adults. And I think here the analogy to humans is apt, right? They can absolutely learn new things, but sometimes they're slower to learn new things. Exposure to a new environment might take multiple stages if they're a little bit fearful or a little bit anxious, rather than just being able to waltz into a new environment and accept it, right? Because that's just the way the world is. So things learning happens maybe at a much slower pace, but absolutely happens. And learning can happen up till the end of their life. I think it was in the last few months of our dog Finnegan's life, who lived to 14 and a half, that he suddenly started really getting interested in puzzle toys where food is hidden under little compartments and you sort of have to turn a lever to unlock the compartment and open up the compartment. And he encountered that at age 14, right? He wasn't as quick at it as he would have been as a puppy, but he could learn that without a problem. He took up nose work, which is a kind of game of sniffing and finding things by smell alone, when he was about 7. And he took it up, with alacrity. So absolutely keep stimulating them. There is research now happening on the aging canine brain. And like the aging human brain, it needs stimulation to continue growth versus atrophy.
It sounds like also some of the reasons dogs maybe have been returned has to do with this misunderstanding about misbehavior, or what the things you're suggesting here, that we just don't really understand why dogs are behaving the way they are and see it as perhaps an inconvenience or challenge instead of an opportunity to interact with your dog differently, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you say challenge, it's such a great word to use, right? There's a huge amount that's challenging about asking an animal to come and live cooperatively and neatly and tidily and with full understanding in your home. And the fact of that shouldn't be so amazing, but I think it's still often overlooked. And yeah, in particular, adolescence, this time when, you thought you taught your dog, the rules of the house or everything they need to know for a little bit of that cooperative cohabitation to happen, suddenly you seem out the window and your dog is just running amok and being disobedient and so forth. That is when most dogs are relinquished to shelters. The authors of a great book on adolescence called Wildhood say, essentially, in that case, with the case of dogs, often adolescence is a death sentence, because if the dog misbehaves and the person gives up the dog, then they might wind up being euthanized through no fault of their own, because simply we have too many dogs, right?
Good morning, Christina. How are you this morning? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning.
I think it really behooves us as a society to know a little bit more of this going in, right? I don't want to de-romanticize the pleasure of living with dogs, but I want people to come in with their eyes open, realizing that these challenges are ahead. And on the other side of that, and even through the challenges, is that satisfying relationship that they're looking for.
TED member Gloria is curious if dogs perceive color.
Right. Absolutely. Good question, Gloria, because for a long time it was assumed that they did not. And that was based on poor science, essentially. But they can see in colors. They have 2-color vision versus our 3-color vision. So we have cones for 3 different hues, and they have cones for 2 different hues. So they won't distinguish clearly reds and oranges and yellows. And we don't know exactly what they'd look like, probably a little bit like adjoining colors. So for instance, if you ever go outside when it's dusk and you notice that the colors seem muted a little bit, our guess is that that's more or less what their color vision is like, but they're perfectly able to see color. They also have great other visual abilities, they see motion much more quickly and readily than we do. So and they see well in low lights and they see well at night. So their eyes are really adapted to do something a little bit different than our 3-color vision eyes are.
And then TED member Aria is curious, why do our dogs smell our breath?
Oh, it's great information about us. In fact, there are now studies using exhaled breath to ask dogs whether they can determine which exhale includes cancerous notes to distinguish subjects who have lung cancer from those who do not. But there is a lot of information in your breath, not just about what you've eaten recently, but also about your health, especially, right? So, in fact, human doctors used to use smell as a diagnostic material much more until about the early 20th century. And, the smell of a diabetic is especially sweet, for instance. And so just by smelling the breath of a patient could potentially get some more information about whatever was concerning their patient. And dogs can smell that. Do they know that's diabetic? No. But do they know if something's different than before? You ate something different, or maybe you're sick, maybe you have a cold, they might be more interested in your breath. I always pay attention if my dog is particularly interested in my even morning breath.
Interesting. Wow. It's their way of helping out.
Yeah, if you listen to them, they're probably saying something, even without the overarching knowledge of what's behind it.
Yeah. Well, sort of along those same lines, we have an anonymous attendee who also asks, why does their dog eat their own poop? Is this out of curiosity? Are they doing it to get a reaction, or is there something bigger happening?
There are lots of theories about this. This is called coprophagia, and it's not uncommon. So your dog is not doing something wildly abnormal. Sometimes dogs will eat feces, their own or others, because there is a nutrient deficiency in their diet. I mean, it is actually full of nutrients still, because we and dogs pass a lot of nutrients that we just haven't digested. So there might be something deficient. Some dogs will do it to remove evidence of their own odor. So actually, the way that dogs will pee and it in effect leaves their odor, and they might even pee conspicuously on a high post or tree trunk or lamp post in order to have their odor smelled by other dogs. Feces, excreta can also be that information. But if you, for instance, didn't want to leave your information in a location, a dog might, for whatever reason, there was another dog nearby who you didn't want to have an encounter with, they might consume their feces. If they've been previously punished for pooing, maybe they would eat their feces. But, there are lots of possibilities. I can't tell exactly, but I would always, always, always check with your vet and see if there's anything that they might be missing in their diet that maybe they're trying to make up for themselves.
Well, Alexandra, you have shared so many really fascinating, helpful, this just great information with us during this conversation. And just as we're starting to wrap up here, is there, one thing, I think, of the things that you've shared here that you feel like if you take nothing else from this conversation that you hope folks will be able to use in their lives and their relationships with their dogs?
I think the hardest thing for people to realize about their dog who is looking you in the eyes and following your gaze and walking by your side and such a loving companion is that they exist in this parallel perceptual world of smell, which we don't spend a lot of time in or even try to avoid. And every dog who I've seen who is allowed to live in that world a little bit more, sniff things they want to sniff, intentionally go out for smell walks, is a happier dog. And I think the people wind up more satisfied in understanding what their dogs are doing as well. So let you take your dog for a smell walk. That's my final word.
That was awesome. All good dogs are fucking good dogs. I fucking love dogs. Dogs are my favorite animal by far. I gotta close the that door real quick.
Yeah. No, that was pretty good. Used to have a dog, but at the time it became a little too much, so we rehomed him. Pretty good dog. He was a shepherd cross herd dog. We have 3 cats now too. I love our cats. We have Spirit, Ziggy, and Nova. Nova's got to be 9. Ziggy's got to be at least 7, and Spirit's only about 3 years old. Yeah.
I have always growing up, I've always had dogs. I mean, we've had cats and stuff like that, but I've always been a dog person. And before, like Morgan and Jasmine, I had a Pitweiler named Lucy, and she was fucking she was awesome. She was my everything. And when she passed, it was just quiet. So then got Morgan May.
I always grew up with cats. Actually, our first cat was Kabuchi. My Uncle Bob named Kabuchi. I don't know where he came up with Kabuchi, but I will never forget our cat Kabuchi because the name was Kabuchi. And one summer day, you know how it's hot. I mean, you've been talking about the humidity where you are, Beans, almost daily, how hot it is. We had a really hot summer, so, all the doors and windows are open when I'm a kid. And this black cat just jumps into our house, jumps on my grandpa's lap. My grandpa's like, I guess we got a second cat. So Fluffy lived with us for about 2 years and then just left on his own accord. Like a stray cat that came and left. It was the craziest thing. Like a nomad cat. It was a nomad cat. It was pretty cool.
So Lainey, our black cat, my black cat, she just showed up on the front porch one day. She was a kitten. She just never left. She showed up one morning, and she, like, every morning when I go out to leave for work, she'd be waiting on the front step. And when I come home, she was always out waiting on the front step. And then it kind of started getting chilly out, and I let her in the porch, and I had water out there in a litter box and everything for her. And then in the morning, I let her out from the porch, and she'd go out and do whatever she wanted. And then she'd be back in the evenings, and she'd come back in the porch. And then I remember one day I went out to give her water, and the water was starting to freeze over. And I was like, all right, it's getting too cold out here. And she came inside, and she's never left. And she used the litter box right away. Like, it's crazy. That's dope, Christina. At least, like, you found a place for him to go, and he's still living a good life.
We were having a hard time affording being able to afford cat litter because we had 3 cats. And I'm telling you, when you have 3 cats and they share a cat litter box, which isn't a problem, they have no problem sharing. But you know, it's every 4 or 5 days minimum you're changing the litter box. Even with scooping, you got to change it, right? Like we get that Arm & Hammer fresh scent stuff that really helps. I don't know if you guys know about that. The powder you put in there really helps. But yeah, sorry, I kind of lost my point there, but yeah, it was I remember now. Sorry. We wood pellet stoves, the little wood pellets you can buy for the wood burning stoves. They kind of look like little cylinder wood pucks. We actually use wood pellets for our cat litter now. And when the cats use it, it turns the wood pellets kind of into sawdust. The sawdust absorbs a lot of the ammonia / cat pee smell for at least a day or two before it gets to, time for it to be changed. Right. But the wood pellets actually smell a lot less, and very cheap to buy wood pellets as opposed to actual cat litter. Even from Walmart, we're spending $20 a bag that lasts maybe a month. We're spending $8 a bag on pellets that lasts 3 months.
Yeah, I have, with having the 3 cats, I don't know, I always think they each have their own litter box, but I don't know what fucking litter boxes they use. But I have 3 litter boxes for them, and yeah, it's such a task fucking changing litter boxes and cleaning litter boxes and stuff like that. I like it. I can just let Morgan and Jasmine outside.
Yeah. The easy buttons hit when you open that door when it comes to dogs. Yeah. You heard your name, didn't you? Puppy. You talking about me?
And yeah, we've been playing fetch all morning. Yeah,
I see you. My favorite throws of yours are when you do it like so nonchalantly. You're like this. You're looking at your computer and you see your arm kind of go ping. Yep. And I'm like, oh, there goes the ball. Ping. Yeah, I love that.
I just throw it. Yeah, it's seriously just muscle memory to me now. And it, like, sometimes when I'm like doing the outro or something like that, I'll just like, no, Morgan, like, just wait. But for the most part,
I know exactly what you mean about the outro. Yeah, you're like, just give me 2 minutes. The song's almost over. Yeah. No, that was a good morning speaker, and very relatable to in a way, children and dogs, because you got to understand that children aren't going to understand you when they're at a younger age until they're kind of older. In a way, they understand simple words. Like when you're a younger kid, you have words like happy, sad, mad, right? And then you grow up, it's happy, sad, depressed, angry, annoyed. Like the emotions grow as you learn more about more things. And the only reason why they say kids are like sponges is because they don't have, their minds are still developing. So they're gaining information because they have the room to actually gain it. Once you get older, it's not that you get stupider. It's just we've gained so much information over the years. We have to naturally purge stuff from our brain. Oh, nice. Came with sound.
Yep.
Yeah, what was I doing? Yeah, no, I think I got a bit of cleaning to do. I was gonna sleep, but I don't think I want to sleep today.
No, I'm gonna try to. It's nice out-ish, and I'm gonna try to get some stuff done. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely feel like they don't have a voice of their own, and you got to speak up for the animals. Even with Jasmine, like she's very aggressive or whatever, but like she's such a great dog. That's because I have worked with her, and she trusts me and knows me. Yeah. And even when I was bouncing around with, and moving the studio around earlier this winter, and I'd come back, I've had her for fucking 6-7 years now, and When I went to Las Vegas, I had a buddy who came and stayed here with her, and it took us weeks for her to get used to him in order for him to be able to come and go from the house and take care of her. And then when I got back or whatever, he went and did his thing, and he came back a few months later, and she wanted nothing to do with him. She was, nope. She's, I don't know. I don't know her history before I got her, and so I don't know. But she's a great dog.
Him showing up represent you possibly leaving again.
Well, yeah, and I just feel like I would hate to have to give her to somebody who doesn't understand her, because I get it. I don't know what happened with her before I got her, but I just feel like when a dog is given up on and taken to a shelter, and then another person gets them and they really fall in love with that dog and then give up on it again, that dog is like, that is so shattering to a dog. I definitely hate when a dog bounces in and out of a shelter, but when a dog gets comfortable and gets a home life and then is given up on, and then that happens again, like, that's so detrimental. Like, that is enough to make a dog fucking give up on itself.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man, Barras, you want to smoke one more and call it a morning show and get some shit done?
Good. Yeah, we got to get some. It's Sunday. Work 7 days a week.
7 days a week. Just don't work as hard on some days.
Yeah.
Not Sundays, some days.
Get her done, but don't get her too much done, you know. Yeah, no, I was a good speaker. Good day in this history. I love hearing about Agatha Christie. That brought me right back to like probably like 7th, 8th grade. So that's quite a long time ago for me. I'm getting old, unfortunately. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Agatha Christie is quite a great writer. If you get a chance, go check out her work. And Then There Was None's a really good book. Like I said, season 9, episode 1's the Family Guy, if you want to go the cheesy way and watch it. But
that's a great episode.
It is. It's great because it really, just like I talk about Adam Sandler's movie Hidden Gems, it shows their roundabout, way of doing things. Like, they didn't just stick to the fart and poop jokes the whole time.
Right. Actually, he I think that they really showed like storytelling in that. Even like the Road to Rhode Island series with Stewie and Brian.
The Road to
Germany and the musical aspect of it was so well put together.
The episode when Mort fell into the time machine, the Road to Germany or whatever, that was a really, really good one, man. And like, I understand it's a hard button issue because Nazi Germany came up a lot in that episode, but they did it so well. I hate to say it, like I don't want to laugh about what happened, but at the same time, it's the same in a way, same thing as the 9/11. It's not good that we just forget. You know what I mean? Like, we can't just forget these things that happened.
Family Guy does a lot of historical references, but you also have to understand, like, when you are turning Family Guy on, you have to understand what you're getting yourself into. The same way like The Simpsons or Robot Chicken.
I mean,
or anything like that, like.
That there's so if anyone's seen Brickleberry or Paradise PD would blow Family Guy's FCC episode out of the water by like 10,000%. Because I'm sorry, Paradise PD went farther with the adult cartoon than I've ever seen any cartoon go, next to maybe Heavy Metal. If anyone's ever seen the movie Heavy Metal, killer movie, just saying. But yeah, Brickleberry was good, but they were absolutely ridiculous. Paradise PD was like if Seth MacFarlane got together with the guys from South Park, got together with Jordan and Keane from Jordan Keane and Peele sketches, got together with like Comedy Central and made like just the craziest stuff. Because like Paradise PD, there's no filter.
I thought it was really cool how Jordan Peele branched out from his comedy shit, and like his scary movie shit they're so good.
They're so good.
They're so good. Storyline, the directing, the fucking, like, the videography, all of it is super good, dude.
Did you watch that last clip I sent you?
No, you sent it to me right before I was starting the show.
I know. Okay, it's about Mr. Garvey. If you know who Mr. Garvey is, the substitute teacher. You know who the substitute teacher is, saying the names wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Balake and stuff. Balake. Yeah, but he does it for NFL players' names. That's what it is. So he does Mr. Garvey doing roll call for NFL names. It's the funniest shit.
Oh, that's a good one. I've seen that. Yeah. I love the Key and Peele East versus West Bowl series.
Oh my god, when they're just saying off the college names.
Yeah.
Underneath Bowl from Arizona State, and oh my god, that is the funniest shit ever, man. Because it's true. It's exactly how they. Have you heard the real promos? It's exactly like
for real.
Yeah.
All right, man. Go ahead. What you say your farewells?
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Farewells. Sorry, I'm good.
No, you're good, man.
Thank you so much for tuning into the morning show. It was really good. This day in history, really good morning speaker. A lot of comparisons between dogs and having kids, which is really cool because a lot of us have dogs and kids or dogs, so that's good. Much love, Beans. Amazing show. Make sure we're following everybody from us to Cove-TV to Man Bear to Sirkoff South to Europe. Make sure you're getting into those boxes he's got going because they're insane. And make sure you do something nice for a stranger today. And yeah, we will see you later at the afternoon smoke break, I believe. Yeah.
Much love, Man Bear. Thank you so much for coming up and hanging out. Much love, all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It has been an amazing good show. I love Sunday morning chillin'. I love the music, the vibe, all of it. Just a very nice, slow start to the day, which is sometimes you kind of need that. You just kind of need to sleep in a little bit, maybe start a little slower, maybe. I don't know. But I hope everybody has a wonderful, amazing day. Make sure that you are following Sir Cops a Lot, Man Bear, Europe Entertainment. Please make sure you're following the Cove. If you know of anybody who would like our morning shows, the afternoon smoke break, anything like that, any of the games that will be coming back, definitely send them an invite. Tell them about the Cove. I think what we got going on here is pretty cool, and the more the merrier. Absolutely. If you need logos or graphics or anything like that, definitely reach out. Jingles, I don't know, anything production wise, I got you. And then, man, I don't know, nothing. Am I missing anything?
I was just going to say shout out to Jersey Meg again. Amazing interview this week. And shout out to any of our new viewers out there. Like he said, like, share, follow. And we are trying to build a nice, friendly kind of community. And so, yeah, get us out there if you'd like. And come hang in the Cove whenever we're on. And you know when we're on.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a blessed, wonderful day. And I don't know, I don't got much up. Oh, and we'll see your shenanigans. That's what I knew I was forgetting something, dude.
That's why I was
something I'm missing.
I knew that's why I was saying the boxes, because I was going to hand you the shenanigans. Sorry,
absolutely. Your shenanigans will start here in about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And so make sure you are stopping over at the Europe Shenanigans, and I will definitely be there. I don't know how long I'll be there, but I always try to pop up and smoke with Europe and see all you guys for a bit. It is a studio show, so come up and hang out and smoke with us on a Sunday morning. And make sure you're getting into those mystery, rigstery, birthstery, that doesn't sound right, boxes. But it works. Much love. What up, Nathan?
Hey, what's up, man?
Cheers, everybody. And thank you for watching Cove-TV. Damn it, I fucked that up every time. Okay, there we go. I'm always like almost ready, and I'm like, nope.
Thank you for watching Cove-TV.
You got it?
Cove Crew, you're the heart of our family. Whether you've been here from the start or just joined in, your presence brings the energy, lets the good vibes begin. Every show, every moment, you light up the way. We're grateful for you tuning in today. From the laughs we share to the good games we play, you're the reason this place feels like home every day. Thank you for tuning in today. Hit that like, show your love, brighten our way. Cove Crew, you're the reason we shine. We couldn't do this without you by our side. From stolen roulette to the morning show flow, each time you join us, you help us grow. Make sure you're following everyone on screen. We're all part of this vibrant scene. Your comments, your shares, they mean so much. It's your support that gives the show its touch. We've had our highs and lows, but you stay true. Every episode's better because of you. So here's our thanks, we just want to say, we're so grateful you're here tuning in today. Thank you for tuning in today. Hit that like, show your love, brighten our way. Cove Crew, you're the reason we shine. We couldn't do this without you by our side. So here's to you, our incredible crew. We'll see you next time with more to do. Till then, keep shining, keep spreading the light. Thank you for watching and have a good night.
Much love, everybody.